What is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. 5 reasons to buy Samsung in late 2019 and headed into 2020. Now, this video was inspired because I was using the Note 10 Plus a lot this weekend, and that 12 gigabytes of RAM has been fantastic to use. And I just been thinking about how far Samsung has come when it comes to their smartphones. They're a lot better than they used to be, and really been putting devices out that are pretty cutting edge, if you ask me. If we take an analytical approach to the Galaxy Note 10 Plus's display, that'll get me to my first reason. Samsung has been pushing the boundaries here on the display, offering cutting edge technology on the front panels. You can see, look at how far this comes bezel to bezel. I mean, the screen to body ratio on the panels are just fantastic. Also, Infinity O display up here, analyzing the front display, very cutting edge here for the device. Now, if we take a look at the iPhone 11 Pro and we analyze this display, you can see that this display is not cutting edge anymore. We have that notch up there, and most people don't even care about the notch anymore, and I understand why. It kind of gets out of the way once you just start using the phone. But the thing is this: if you take a look at a Samsung phone from a couple of years ago and you take a look at the Note 10 Plus or a newer Samsung device, you're going to see that Samsung is trying to innovate as far as they can on these phones right now, whereas, refining on an older design you can see on other competing manufacturers. So not only that, brightness is great on the Galaxy Note 10 Plus and the Galaxy S10, but also their dynamic AMOLED displays here have been really good with color accuracy. And a lot of complaints of past Samsung phones have been, well, you know what, that's oversaturated, stuff like that. Their displays have gotten much better as well. We're still in reason number 1 though. Taking us on to reason number 2 is that Samsung basically has a size phone and a price phone for basically every category you would like. Now, you want a cheaper S10, just get the regular one. You want the more premium S10, go with the S10 Plus or S10 5G. You want the most budget S10 you can get the S10e. Now, if you want to get a Galaxy Note 10 Plus, you said that phone's too big, it's not for me, I'm not really interested, then you're going to want to take a look and research up on the Galaxy Note 10, the smaller version. They have a smaller option. Now, if you're like, no, I'm not buying those phones, I'm not paying the price for those S or Note phones, they have the A series. They have even lower end phones out there for you that are also getting better, and they continuously launch them. And I expect Samsung to launch a plethora of more Samsung phones in the cheaper range next year to build upon the success of the Galaxy A50, A70, and the like. So this is awesome that you can get a phone with an S Pen, you can get a smaller phone with an S Pen, you could get a cheaper phone, you can get a fast phone in the Galaxy S10 5G, you can get a foldable phone. I mean, the options for Samsung devices are just there. My next reason is Samsung's performance is not what it used to be. A lot of people used to call it lag-sung, whatever, making all these names up to try to bash the Samsung phone. I never really had a huge problem with them. They were a little bit slower than other phones, but these days, I mean, this phone just flies. I don't care what I'm doing on the Note 10 Plus or S10 Plus. It doesn't matter. Any of the Samsungs of this year, they are absolute powerhouses in performance. And it's really noticeable when you're kind of just switching through applications and you see no lag whatsoever. You're swiping to type. Also, not only that, the performance of the modems when it comes to reception, LTE, things like that are top of the tier here with the Galaxy series. And my Note 10 Plus has the best reception and the best LTE signal strength, things like that, of any phone I've used this year. So delivering huge features but not sacrificing on performance is a key reason to buy Samsung here late 2019. I mean, you can buy a Samsung phone now and you are going to be finding stuff you didn't even know existed. Like if you go to motions and gestures, you might not even check this section out until you've had the phone like a month later. And if you haven't, then go check it out now. But there's so many features in here that you can just take a whole day just learning the Samsung software. And then when you're done with that and you figured out all the settings, if you go over here, they got a whole range of themes you can go mess around with and figure out what you can do with your phone. And it doesn't end there. If you have Galaxy Wear devices like a wearable watch, a smartwatch like a Galaxy Watch, for example, or some Galaxy Buds, they will have options that you could play around with that too. For example, if I hit Wear right here, Galaxy Wearable, there's so much software you can learn here in their Galaxy wearable app and connect to different Galaxy devices. In addition, you can plug this phone in to a computer or a monitor with DeX, and you can learn the DeX, how DeX works. These devices are fun to use because they just have so much you can do with them. They don't really get boring as fast as a lot of other phones, which I do like about the Galaxy series. So yeah, performance is not compromised and great features here on a device. My fourth reason is the versatile camera options. We have 4 cameras on the rear of the Galaxy Note 10 Plus. It looks like 3, but there's actually one right there, and that is a time of flight sensor for background video blur. Now, if we open up the camera here, you can see that we have an ultra wide angle lens, a regular wide, and we also have a telephoto lens with the ability to customize and get very professional here. Within here, you can adjust things like your exposure, your white balance. You can manually focus this thing and get really tight in on your subject and really just focus it to your where you want it. Now, in here, you can adjust other things like highlights, saturation levels, and more. So the control you have over the camera app is superb, and the versatility of camera options is also superb. There's Samsung phones with a triple camera. There's Samsung phones with a quad camera. And I'm expecting next year there to be Samsung phones with 5 cameras. On the front, you can see you can get a Samsung phone with a single camera. You can get the Galaxy S10 Plus that has dual cameras up at the front of this phone. So there's a lot of different versatile camera options, and the cameras, while I don't think they're the best on the market, and they're definitely good enough to make Samsung your phone of choice. I don't think that the competition is so much better that you can just write Samsung phone off as a phone you're not going to buy because it's so much better. The iPhone 11 Pro I think the iPhone 11 Pro I think does have a better camera, as does the Pixel 4 I think in terms of overall quality, but I don't think it's enough better to justify just buying the phone over the Samsung phone if you're more drawn to the feature. Also, the front-facing camera experience of the Galaxy Note series and the S10 series gives you a 4K camera on the front, as does the Fold and the like. So years ago, Samsung was making cameras like actual cameras, and they decided to put their efforts into mobile camera and photography. So I expect that to continue, and I expect us to see even better cameras on the S11 series next year. And the last one is the cutting-edge technology that Samsung implements with their phones. The ability to go ahead and wirelessly charge other devices is something you don't see on a lot of other phones. You could just place another Samsung phone here and it will start charging. Now, this also works with competing phones as long as they support that. So you can go ahead and charge somebody else's iPhone, charge a Samsung phone. I'm not going to put my watch there, but you could charge your own watch on there. You could charge Galaxy Buds, anything that really does wireless charging. Now, yes, you will lose power in doing that, but still, this is a cutting edge feature. You don't see this on other phones. Don't see a lot of ultrasonic in-display fingerprint sensors either. Now, I know a lot of people don't like this, but hey, it's still an innovative feature. It's different. It's Samsung trying to change the game up a little bit with their devices. And again, the foldable options, the ability to control things with the S Pen more in depth than ever with the Air actions on this phone really make this phone, specifically the Note series, really great for people who are a one-man band. For people making media, don't have an extra cameraman, they can set this phone up from a distance, click the S Pen, open things up. I mean, really, the features are pushing the boundaries here for the Samsung phones. So in conclusion, I gotta say, this was a good year for Samsung. A lot of excellent phones, triple cameras, quad cameras, an option between a bigger and smaller Galaxy Note device. A lot of people didn't like the price of the smaller Note, but you still got the option. The A series phones did excellent this year. The Fold, this was a great year for Samsung, except for the initial issues with the Galaxy Fold. Galaxy Buds, the new watches are getting a lot more sleek than before. So let me know your thoughts. Do you think they had a great year? Are you gonna buy one? Let us know if you already purchased one. Share your experiences with the community. If you found this video helpful, entertaining, enjoying, do me a favor, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, be sure to do that. It helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate you all. Be sure to be well. Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and peace.